Hello, I would like to tell you that 1/3 of food is wasted every year, although 10% of population is starving. And only 2% of valuable nutrition in the food industry byproduct are recovered. If the food will be a country, it will be third source of greenhouse emission. That's why we have to treat our food and our bioproduct in very sustainable way and try to keep them in the loop as long as possible. Fortunately, there is a lot of very interesting, innovative solutions which find this niche and try to develop their business on bioproduct. And do you know that we can produce leather from the apples? Do you know that bananas or milk could be valuable resources for the textile production? And what we can do with bread? With bread, we can produce beer, for example. And the last which I have here is a coffee. Coffee could be incorporated in many different products in cosmetics, energy, or pharma sector.
We are part of the Enterprise Europe Network. It's the largest network for SMEs in the field of innovation and internationalization in Europe and beyond.
Among others, we support companies from the food and nutrition sectors with matchmaking and technology transfer, focusing also on circular economy.
In North Rhine-Westphalia, we cooperate very closely with regional stakeholders, among others with the Food Processing Initiative from Bielefeld, which is a cluster organization with over 20 years of experience in managing innovation projects in the food sector.
FPI is a cluster organization in the German food sector, and our mission is to facilitate the application of innovative solutions in food industry to support sustainable development and competitiveness of the many small and medium-sized companies in our networks. Sustainability topics are on the agenda of food companies for many years. On the one hand, in markets with low margins, this is an economic necessity. On the other hand, regarding the environmental sustainability of food production, it is an obligation to lower the negative impacts. We as FPI were and are engaged in many projects that focus on an efficient use of resources, aiming to lower energy, water, or material usage. Yet, the idea of circular economy is different. It is not only looking at the efficiency, but at effectiveness of measures taken. From this perspective, the circular economy concept is rather new to food industry. We started the project CirQuality OWL in 2019. Together with cluster and research partners from our region, we develop first ideas together with companies and stakeholders from the innovation ecosystem. We bring together the pioneers of circular economy and support the development and transfer of workable solutions into practical applications. It is a starting point to think and act circular. And yes, we experience big interest from our members. Still, we see the need for more support to companies to adopt the ideas and concepts of circular economy. From our experience, qualification of and collaboration among actors in the various food chains are key topics to path the way towards circular economy in food production.
At Rebread, we upcycle leftover bread that the bakeries were unable to sell into healthy, delicious and sustainable products using fermentation technologies. It all started during the pandemic. Kasia and Bartek, co-founders of Rebread, own an artisan bakery. And at that time, their usual strategies when it came to unsold bread proved not feasible. They couldn't put it on the bistro menu because the restaurants were closed, and the farmer that used to collect it for the animal feed stopped coming. The first idea was to turn unsold bread into a craft distillate, and it was a great success. The product was awarded with several gold medals and got very positive reviews from industry experts. But instead of becoming producers of alcohol beverages, we got curious and started setting up a biotech lab and a test kitchen and some R&D partnerships with an intention to learn as much as possible about stale bread properties and best ways to keep its value within the food system. At the moment, our portfolio contains several types of soft drinks, including bread bucha, that is a kombucha made of bread, and a probiotic drink, but also koji fermented umami seasoning, barbecue sauce, and we also bake new breads using the old one.
Our goal is to cultivate gourmet mushrooms on urban waste materials right here in the city. I want to quickly show you something. Anyone who knows Cologne knows the Saturn building. It's a symbol of the inner Cologne city, and we're nestled right here in the heart of the city. Let's take a look. Our farm is located right here in the central area of Cologne. We were lucky enough to find an old catering kitchen, which provides us the perfect environment for us to do this cultivation process. What do we mean by cultivating mushrooms on waste products? Well, we collect old beer grains, coffee grounds, as well as old bread and mix it together with other materials. Deep down in our deep basement is where the process begins, in our incubation room. In this dark, warm area of our building, the incubation begins and the mushrooms start to cultivate onto this substrate. A second layer above allows us to build up fruiting chambers where we can use digitalization as well as modern day controlled agriculture techniques to provide a really controlled environment where the mushrooms can grow. Up here on the ground level is where we have our gastro kitchen, and it allows us to produce mushroom products as well as interact with our community.
Sunt is 100% set on challenging the current food industry to change for the better, and we do that with the most eaten and most wasted type of fruit, the iconic banana. Millions of perfectly edible bananas end up as waste each year in European ports simply because they cannot make it to the supermarkets with a bright green peel. In our very own and actually world's first banana factory, we turn these rejected bananas into a high quality, consistent banana puree that we, for instance, sell to ice makers, smoothie makers, etc. But we also use for our very own products. Banana-based innovative bakery products such as banana bread or donuts that innovate the current bakery shelves that are very much in need of change. By doing so, we actually make sure that that rejected banana that was supposed to be on the supermarket shelves ends up there anyway. Also, since we offer banana importers a cost reduction, they are able to push this back into the banana chain, making sure that the grower benefits from our solution as well. Our first production line is focused entirely on waste of banana importers, but in the future we will also work with, for instance, waste from retailers to fight banana waste throughout the chain. And we'll make sure that in the end we will also bring back the banana peel into the chain. And that's actually how we will close the entire banana food chain. We are basically at the point that a circular economy is not a question, it's our future.
We all like to eat, and we were fed up with the fact that if you want to eat, for example, rocket, you have to produce at least two pieces of single-use plastic, because usually it is double packed. So we wanted to be able to eat fresh rocket entire year, local, sustainable, and without single-use plastic. We are operating for 2 years, and we are still often surprised how many solutions from circular economy are low-hanging fruits. They don't require any additional investments or hard work. They just require this intention to look for such solutions. For example, we, instead of buying new packaging to deliver our fresh products to individual clients, we are using cardboard packaging for vegetables that is usually trashed after one use by big retail chains. Also, of course, sometimes we can see that circular economy solutions require some work, but often it's really not so demanding. So that's why we believe that this is the future.
I'm Marina from Veroma. I founded the company to connect food ingredient suppliers and food producers through a digital marketplace and platform. We help companies to create a better procurement process for food ingredients and, of course, to reduce inefficiencies. When companies have side streams, leftovers, primary products, or half-processed products which they don't need anymore, they can put it on our marketplace, and we mediate it not only within the food processing industry, but also neighboring industries like cosmetic, pharmaceutical, cleaning, and even the construction business. In that case, we help all companies to reduce food waste and to reduce resource waste. We create bioeconomy and circular economy by combining all those companies, and our goal is to be the matchmaker of all food products and side streams coming from the agriculture and food processing industry. Let's simplify the future of change.
We will take you in a journey when you can learn about the new circular solution and innovative entrepreneurs who really try to close the loop and develop bioeconomy.